our dear Deputy Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Mrs. Valerie Ebe, Honorable Commissioner for Education, the PEMSEC Minister of Education, dear honorable visitors, especially members of the Federal House of Assembly present here, and those of the State House of Assembly, our honorable son, the federal government representative in Russia, who came all the way, Honorable Assam, the chairman of the occasion, El Rufai, the chairman of the occasion present here, and Madam El Rufai, who is going to speak for us at the stage. Dear friends, teachers, the mentors who are here, school children here present, and I mustn't forget the board chairman, Mrs. Inoyo, for Inoyo Toro Foundation, and the award winners for this year, ladies and gentlemen, members of the press here present. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of the Inoyo Toro Foundation, I welcome you to the Fifth Award Ceremony for Akwa Ibom State teachers who excelled in their teaching last year. This event is therefore an annual celebration of excellence in the education sector. The foundation hereby aims to encourage science, mathematics, English language teachers, stimulate awareness for the study of science and related courses at secondary schools, to promote healthy and positive competition for excellence among teachers and help teachers to be more committed to their profession. The foundation, through this project, is also supplementing Akwa Ibom State government's efforts in her educational development. The award is in 5 subjects: mathematics, English language, biology, chemistry, and physics. Each subject will have 3 winners. The first prize winner will receive $250,000, the second $150,000, and the third $100,000. This year, 179 teachers qualified for the test as follows: mathematics, 24, English language, 39, biology, 37, chemistry, 37, and physics, 42. 126 teachers came for the test held on August 2012 at Uyo. The winners are not allowed to rest on their oars. Through the Grand Mentors Teachers Award, the foundation has challenged past winners to produce their kind through regular mentoring sessions designed to hone the skills and knowledge of other teachers in their subject areas. Grand Mentor Award is also in 5 subject areas. The second set of Grand Mentors will be recognized during this ceremony. 11 out of 15 mentors qualified and were invited for the screening test and orals as follows. Mathematics, 1. English, 2. Biology, 3. Chemistry, 3. And physics, 2. Only 4 grand mentors emerged in English, biology, chemistry, and physics. There was none for mathematics. Mrs. Chairman, permit me to remind this great audience that for both the Excellent Teachers Award and the Grand Mentors Award, the screening process, the written test, and oral examinations were handled according to the preset rules and procedures with transparency and with integrity. The expert examiners were 2 subjects from the University of Uyo. We particularly appreciate Reverend Dr. Inebong Joshua, who coordinated the team of lecturers. On behalf of the award committee, I'd like to appreciate the Board of Trustees of the Ineyo Toro Foundation for their dogged commitment to a noble project on education. Investing in education is an invaluable investment in today's knowledge-driven world. The board deserves our highest commendation and thanks. Please can we clap for them. Thank you. Thank you. We also thank the Akwa Ibom State Government for their investment in education at all levels in the states. We are grateful to the Honorable Commissioner of Education, the Chairman of the State Education Board, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education, the directors and principals of schools for their support, which allowed our selection process during the year. I also thank the examiners from the University of Uyo for setting, administering, and marking the aptitude test in situ and with integrity. For our school teachers, I'd like to encourage you with the words of Walter Emerson. Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. I say that because teaching used to be a very safe job. Now, to be a good teacher, you may have to stand up against your colleagues because of the widespread exam malpractice. And I'm afraid I understand even teacher support in some cases. Please be different. That's what I quoted Emerson. We thank you for being teachers and for being good mentors of our Akwa youth, the future leaders of our state and nation. Finally, for the award winners, I hope you would like to say with Forrest Baker, I love the winning, I can take the losing, but most of all, I love to play. We hope you enjoy the selection process. There is no end to learning if you must be a successful teacher. Congratulations, and God bless you all.
Welcome address by the Chairman of the Awards Committee for the Teachers Award for Excellence organized by the Ineyo Toro Foundation, Professor E.W. Akwa. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, can we please give another round of applause? Your Honor, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to at this juncture invite a member of the Board of Trustees of the Indian Foundation, the Secretary of the Board of MTN, Mrs. Uto Hana, to please accept to step up here, madam, and present and introduce the very next speaker at this event. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mrs. Uto Hana as she comes up here.
Her Excellency, the Deputy Governor of our great state of Akwa Ibom, who's here present, Barrister Mrs. Valerie Quebec, His Excellency, Chief of Samathon, the Nigerian Ambassador to Russia, the Honorable Commissioner for Education, Mrs. Eunice Palmer, our guest speaker, Malam Nasir El Rufai, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to take all of the protocol as observed. It is indeed my honor to stand here to introduce a friend of the Noyo Toro Foundation. I call him a friend because from inception, he has been one of the diligent supporters of this foundation, and today he's the chairman of this occasion. I will proceed to give a brief citation of our chairman, Dr. Imi J. Ura. Dr. Ura is a senior vice president and head, Heavy Industries Africa, of the Africa Finance Corporation, AFC. Previously, he was a division manager in African Development Bank Group in charge of development of multi-country infrastructure projects and programs across Africa. He was the chief architect of the NEPAD infrastructure program. He worked for more than 10 years with the POC Group PLC, a world-renowned industrial gases company in England, in process development and design, technology marketing and management, strategic planning and technology transfer. He has published papers and made numerous contributions in process development and process engineering, as well as infrastructure development in Africa. He currently sits on the board of Notoric Chemicals, Nigeria, and Main One Chemical Cable Company. He holds an honors degree, an honors bachelor's degree, first class honors in chemical engineering from the University of Ife, Nigeria, a master's and a doctorate degree in chemical engineering from Imperial College London, and an MBA in International Business Management from École Européenne d'Affaires, Paris. He's a member of the Institution of Chemical Engineers UK, and a chartered and registered engineer in England and Wales. You will agree with me that this is a daunting and most impressive profile. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome, a warm applause to our chairman, Dr. Imi J. Ura.
Thank you, Uto. Your Excellencies, President, distinguished members of the National and State Assemblies, board members of the Noyo Toro Foundation, invited students and students, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. I wish to use this opportunity to welcome all of you to this ceremony, the 2012 and fifth annual Teachers Award ceremony of Iloyo Toro Foundation. As the chairman of this event today, my primary duty is to oversee the award ceremony and introduce the keynote speaker. Before formally doing that, permit me to make a few remarks to properly situate this event, the work of the foundation, as well as its relevance to the sustainable economic development and growth in our dear state, Akwa Ibom state, and also in Nigeria, as well as in the development of requisite local capacity to create, manage, and return wealth for the benefit of our peoples now and into the future. You may ask the question, why are we gathering here today? The majority of us, it is to honor and recognize educators. People like to call them teachers, I like to call them educators in science, who are excelling in educating our youth in their different subject areas. Honestly, you are right. However, I view your presence and mine differently. I consider this a forum for seeking ways to support and facilitate the deepening of knowledge of science and technology in our state, and consequently the nurturing and strengthening of local capacity for a wider application of science and technology in support of our socio-economic development now and into the future. Why is this important? It is important for a number of reasons. Number one, in today's economic environment, competition is not by muscles, but through knowledge, know-how, and capacity to create, develop, convert our natural endowments into economic goods and services, as well as manage them sustainably into the future. Number two, we live in a knowledge society, and only those countries, states, or call it units that continuously enable, encourage, inspire, and utilize science and technology and its application in meeting the needs of the society can survive into the future. Number three, other countries and states and regions across the world are investing heavily in science and technology with a view to shaping the future and positioning their growing population to benefit economically from these. They are not waiting for you and will not wait for developing countries and states like ours to catch up with them. Number four, Akwa Ibom State, we have a large array of natural resources. Crude oil, natural gas, limestone, silica sand, kaoli. In agriculture, oil palm, cassava, rubber, wood, as well as in aquaculture. With the requisite local capacity and know-how to transform these natural endowments into goods and services of the future, we can be assured of an industrial state of infinite opportunities into the future. Let me just buttress this point a bit. For those of us who spent our night following the American presidential electionary process, and recall one of the debates. In one of the debates, President Obama said, "Science and new technologies are the building blocks for long-term economic growth, the key to the 21st century economy." He went further to elaborate on how investments in teaching, teaching of mathematics and science in schools is pivotal to achieving this objective. Obviously, we can see from here that even countries that we consider bastions of technological innovations and technology-based enterprises are investing heavily in science and technology. catalyze their future economic development and growth. So what does this mean for us in terms of developing scientific and technological talents in our state? In my view, it calls for a concerted action by all, not just the government, to ensure that our youth, who are our future, have early, sound and solid grounding in science and technology. They must be adequately motivated, inspired, coached, mentored, and above all supported to excel in science and technology as they grow to become young adults. This can only be achieved if we all have a critical mass of knowledgeable teachers, educators in science and technology, who themselves are also inspired and motivated to coach our youth in these disciplines. This is, in my view, the central objective of the Know Your Toro Foundation, which I support, and I hope you people will continue to support. For the students who are here present, as I keep telling my school, you also have a great part to play in inspiring your teachers and motivating them to put in the extra effort to cement a solid foundation for your development and growth. Hard work, dedication, and readiness to explore. Ask questions. Ask the impossible. These are the ingredients that will allow you to move forward in this area. Notwithstanding this, just having capable teachers is not enough. With rapid changes in technology and new developments in science, educators must have access to new data, new systems, information, and materials to appropriately prepare our youth for the future. A wider application of e-education in all schools will facilitate and accelerate this. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, permit me at this juncture to commend the government of Akwa Ibom State for implementing some bold initiatives and schemes, both in physical infrastructure, in education through the free primary education, and creation of the e-library for the state, amongst others. I believe that we can anticipate a well-connected state where all schools are linked up and can have ready access to a wide array of materials necessary for students, researchers, educators, as well as direct linkage to other institutions within and outside Nigeria. That's very important. Number two, government services can be online to ensure that we have wider access as well as a reduction in the cost of providing and accessing services. Number three, and very important, the hospitals are enabled to ensure that optimal medical services are available and new procedures and systems are accessible to our doctors and medical professionals. And fourthly, that farmers and businesses can access new processes, products, and market information to enable them to adapt and compete. Madam Deputy Governor, this is where I will encourage the government of Akwa Ibom and also the Commissioner for Education that you need to actually bring broadband into Akwa Ibom. I sit on my one cable company, I sit on the board of my one cable company, and I have a representative here present that I would like to introduce to you. We are already delivering capacity to Cross River. We are working with River States to deliver capacity to them that they can distribute. I would like to see Akwa Ibom have that, because then we can move the e-library forward. Majority of us here present in our formative years did not have benefit of good and functional infrastructure, which is currently being delivered by the government of Akwa Ibom. Sorry. It is therefore important that such infrastructure assets are maintained and added upon. With the necessary local capacity and know-how, we can see existing infrastructure serving our peoples into the future and becoming a selling point for crowding in new investments in all spheres of endeavor into the state. The converse is a rapid deterioration and dilapidation of existing infrastructure assets and regression to the past. While I have focused on centrality of science and technology for future economic development of our state. This does not by any means diminish the importance of other areas, social sciences, political development, in the equation for shaping and defining our future. These aspects are equally important, and as we as a people, as demonstrated by the Foundation, should support our government in developing, nurturing, and inspiring our youth to ensure that they acquire relevant knowledge, know-how, and capacity to support socio-economic development into the future. Current trends in our state and other states of our country and other parts of the world, where our youth fight, maim, and annihilate each other to become politically relevant and attain political supremacy must be discouraged. This can only be done by assuring them that there is a better future for one and all. This assurance can only be manifested if opportunities in all spheres of endeavors are available. For example, infrastructure development, new product development, services and service provision to engage and absorb our youth. Quality education, capacity building are meant to be elements in ensuring that the youth are exposed to foreign realities and consequently acquire the necessary knowledge and know-how to shape the future of our state. Let me recall a conversation I had with a colleague a few years ago when I came back into Nigeria. He told me that politics is everything, whether you are in or you are out. I like to say that politics is not everything, and certainly not the politics of entitlement. But yes, politics of socio-economic development, politics of managing and transforming our commonwealth, politics of industrial development, just to name a few, are it. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to use this opportunity to urge all of us to encourage you to support the Idoyo Terror Foundation and other such organizations and institutions devoting at increasing the capacity and preparing our youth to become leaders, innovators, managers, and shapers of the future of our state and people. As somebody who has visited quite a number of countries in Africa, also around the world, I have come to realize the immense opportunities that Nigeria offers, and also that Akwa Ibom has and can offer. We can only make these endowments work positively for us through applying our knowledge and know-how in adding value locally and transforming our natural endowments, including human capacity, into world-class products and services. I am very conscious that we are very religious. The subject matter of ensuring that we lay a solid foundation is explicitly reflected in the Holy Bible, Matthew chapter 7, verse 24 to 25, which talks about building your house on a solid rock. And I believe education is a solid foundation to which we must build for the future. Our future is in our hands, not in any other person's hands. And we must build on our recent achievements by ensuring that generation of Akwa Ibom people to come have a solid base to forge a sustainable future for our state. Thank you and welcome.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, somebody once said that when a man pours his pocket into his head, no one can take it away from him. But an investment in education is one investment that reaps dividends. That was remarked by the chairman of this occasion, Senior Vice President of the Africa Finance Corporation, Dr. Ini Urwa. I would please give another round of applause for this investment.